Hello and welcome to another stream, another day of game dev. How is it going, guys? How's it going? Let me say hello to Ekla Pikla. I think this is the first time that I've seen you in chat, so welcome to the stream. How's it going? And My Life is here. Cheese is here. Sleepwalker says Twin. What's up, Sleepwalker? Nick is over here too. What's up? Let's see. I think that's it. And Moin left, welcome to the stream. So how's it going, guys? How's it going? I think you have found a lot of problems with the version that I uploaded before, or at least Mijo and Nick have been trying that version out, the one that I uploaded yesterday. And yeah, they have found more bugs, even more bugs. So today is not going to be about bug fixing. We may fix some bugs, but mainly it's going to be about, like, I'm going to tell you what's next for the game. What are we going to be tackling this week and probably next week and the one after that, and yeah, get to do add more stuff, and then we're gonna fix whatever we introduced in the past version. And Theo is over here, says hi. What's up, Theo? Welcome to the stream. And yeah, it needs a patch for the patch. Yeah, I can't really win the game now. Or players can't really win the game. I just noticed that you can't win. Let's see. Let me put this over here and put my camera with the virtual background. Remove virtual background. Okay, so I did notice some things on Discord. Let me open Discord over here, because Nick was kind enough to like have a bug or like make a bug report like channel on our Discord server. So if you find anything over there, please like inform me so I can like fix everything. And yeah, the performance thing, I don't know. I was expecting the performance to be way better. I don't know what is happening with the graphics or anything. I will figure it out. Probably like I'll check the bugs this weekend so we can start fixing them next week. But today, what I want to do is start building version 0.2.2 And we are gonna do fixes in this version, but it's mainly introducing new stuff. Not a lot of new stuff, just some. And what is that? What are the new things that I want to introduce? Well, remember that I said I wanted to make some sort of input system that no longer relies on you having to do the arrow keys. Not because I mind having you use the arrow keys, but because you have to basically leave your hand has to leave the mouse, and I don't want that, because you should be able to not leave, like, you should be able to keep your hand on the mouse at all times. So let me tell you what I want to do with the UI, because we're changing how this menu is displaying, and yeah, that's it. So let me go over here and show you what I have planned, and let me read you before. You say, Sleepwalker, you say, already imagining when you hit 100k or 1 million subs. I'm gonna probably say I was here and saw my son growing. Well, thank you very much, Sleepwalker. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, someday we'll get there. Someday we'll get there. Maybe, I hope so. And Cheese, you say, I'm good, thank you. Today's the WordPress project started at my school. WordPress project. What is that about, Cheese? And I'm very glad that you're good. Look at Roman's first video comment section. Yeah, I see. I remember your comment, Cheese. And Theo, you say, someone showing only me. So we have 2 streams running. You probably are on the vertical stream. If you want to go, well, I forgot to put it today. I'm gonna put a link, a pinned comment in the vertical stream, so you can join the horizontal stream. Because on the horizontal stream, like, you have a better layout and you get your own avatar, so it's gonna be better that way. Yeah, let me copy this and like this. Now I just pin this over here, and you should be able to go to the horizontal stream just by clicking that thing over there. Now, yeah, let me hide this. And Mortus Fortus is over here, says, hey, yo, what's up? What's up, Mortus Fortus? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Nick, you say, interesting. You don't like my not fixing everything now and leaving it for a little bit later? Because I thought, well, maybe the game-breaking bugs I could fix before having the other version, the next version. And Kumud is over here, says, Father, I'm here. What's up, Kumud? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Say, one left, add the UI buttons if you want. Yeah, we have to try that out. And Cheese, you say, during the WordPress project, I'll make a website in a group to show it to professionals at the end of the school year. That's awesome. That's awesome. And when did you say you're gonna start? Say, yeah, so when are you starting, Cheese? And Sleepwalker, you say, bro, I'm getting that friendly company vibes. Just sitting here chewing on candies, drinking tea in complete darkness, and watching you. My god, it's so good. Well, I'm very, very glad you're enjoying it. And Theo, you say, I couldn't join it. Well, you could also go to the channel. And in the channel, there's 2 streams you're gonna see. And you can join the normal one that doesn't say vertical. She's the same. Delighted to see you, brother. Same. And say, doing absolutely lovely. Honestly, thanks for asking. How about you? I'm very glad you're doing lovely. I'm doing fine. I'm doing very fine. You say, Nick, I mean the UI mockup, I don't know how I feel about the bottom boss bar. You probably should do something about the soft look at around 3. Yeah, it looks pretty important in my eyes. I can't speedrun the game. Yeah, I think I probably should fix that first. Like, that should be top priority. And community say that line, hey, what's up? Username, how's it going? It's now getting iconic to me. You say, just saw this format, shouldn't the boss bar be above? I don't know. I'm experimenting with this. It's not final. We can change it. You can tell me what you think, and we can work with it. Also, the way I want spells to show up is in this way. So when you go into casting, it's gonna like make those squares show up. I'm thinking. Well, I've been thinking about like a lot of. It's probably better if I just explain to you what I want to do with the combat system, because I want to rework it, and I've been thinking about like the design of it, so it is like better. Um, so the thing is, the mana or mana, however you pronounce it, is no longer going to be generated automatically, and it's not going to have the same purpose as it has before, as it had before. So you can cast whatever you want. It's gonna be like it's just gonna take more preparation for each spell. Like you can do the different versions or the upgrades of the spells are, yeah, you can do spell upgrades, so you can make them more powerful, but you're gonna like take longer and longer inputs to do that. So mana is only gonna be there for you to be able to quickly recast what you just casted. So if you have mana, you're gonna be able to quickly recast the spell that you just casted. And the way to get mana for now is just gonna be with like making attacks with using spells. But when I introduce weapons into the game, I plan to make the weapons uh, give you a lot more mana when you hit enemies. So that way the normal gameplay will be like going to a fight. You could start with a melee weapon, then you reposition to get mana. With a melee weapon, you get mana. Then you reposition to somewhere it's kind of safe to start spellcasting, and you won't be able to move. We have to try a lot of this stuff that I'm saying now. But yeah, you're not going to be able to move, or you're going to have reduced movements. And yeah, you select something, you can either cast it or keep accumulating more, or like keep improving that spell, or transform it into something else. So if you want, you can straight up like just cast it, or reposition to keep improving that spell until you cast it, or and yeah, if you want to recast it quickly, you can go with melee again to get more mana. It sounds a little bit weird, but I think it's gonna be good when you actually like get into fights. Another thing is that when you get mana, the more mana you have, you're gonna have slightly more damage being dealt if you don't use it. So if you want to stack that mana and don't spend it, you are going to be rewarded by not using it. So yeah, you're basically going to deal more damage, more damage. But if you're in a hurry or you want to like quickly recast, you're going to need to use it. And Miho says, "I'm finally here. And how are the severe game-breaking bugs looking, Liquor guy? Very bad, dude. I saw all the problems that you sent in Discord, and I didn't know it was going to be that bad. I expected some, but not that many." And Theo, you say I still can't join. Um, doesn't work. Mm, well, let me show you. So if you go to my channel, you should be able to see two streams are over here on the live tab. You should be able to see two streams: the vertical one in which you are, and the horizontal one which doesn't have a keyword. It's just making a magic game live 51. So yeah, you just click this one, the normal one. Godfather is over here, says hi, or well, a welcome or hand waving emoji. Welcome to the stream. How's it going, Godfather? Komodo say, I don't understand a word you're saying, Roman, but I trust you in whatever you're saying. Good job. All right, all right. I think, uh, uh, yeah, it's gonna be better when I actually implement it. But for now, just trust. And need to say, I understand words you're saying, Roman. I see that working real cool. Yeah, so I did give some proper thought to the way gameplay will work. And Miho will say, to be fair, not the bugs we expected. Yes. Goofy for Mickey Mouse. And Theo, you say, I'm the only one again. Yeah, you're the only one on the vertical stream. So if you're not able to join there, I will be reading people's comment here anyway. So don't worry about it. And Sleepwalker, you say, yeah, he's like casting spells on us in Martian language. Okay, let's see. So this thing here is a little bit of a mock-up. Let me explain what everything here is, because I think you might know what this is, or well, maybe not. But these are gonna be, this is the normal UI. When you're playing, you have your health bar over here. We can change this. Like, this is not going to be final necessarily, okay? We can change this, and with your feedback, we are gonna make sure this looks awesome. So yeah, we start with this. So you're gonna have the current spell. This is the, let me write over here. Let me pick another color. Another layer. So this is the current spell. Current spell. It's the same thing that we have over here. Like, it's exactly the same. This thing that we have over here, that when you have a spell, like you select a spell, is gonna fill that up with the icon and how many charges you have for that spell. So it's exactly the same. Then our health bar and mana bar are exactly the same too. What are the new things? What are the new things? So this is not new. This thing over here is not new that we have. These things over here, not new. But what is new? This thing over here are statuses. So what are statuses? These are basically if you are being dealt, like, I don't know, some sort of damage. Like, for example, you are on fire. The fire icon is going to be showing up there. If you are, I don't know, you have a buff applied or something, you are going to have that showing up over there. Very, very simple. What are these things? These things are passive abilities. So in the game, I planned you to have passive abilities that you can unlock. I'm not going to tell you how you unlock them yet, because that's for later. But for example, you can do, I don't know, fire spells deal double damage or whatever. Probably not going to be one of those. Or that's not going to be like a real spell. That's or a passive ability. That's just an example. But yeah, those are going to be passive abilities, or that you can equip. All right, so that's it. I wanted to like leave a space for that, even though we are not going to have them now. It's better if we plan around having them, you know, because I plan to have them. And let me read you for a little. And Sleepwalker, you say, dog, no, now he's talking to us like we are autistic. I don't know what's better. Why am I speaking weirdly or something? Passives are a cool idea. Mischief in my mind already. And Kumud, you say, Nick? Oh yeah. So to Nick. Okay. Now what is this? What are these things over here? So remember, we're gonna have weapons. These things over here, like both of those, these are weapons. So you're gonna have your regular, like your melee weapon and your ranged weapon. That's it. And I want to like display what weapon you have, and also the key that you have to press to use it, because there are gonna be like a lot of inputs that you can put or like you can use. So it's better if I have them somewhere, you know? And also if I were to, I don't know, like to display a cooldown or something like that, I can do it in here to communicate to you, the player, um, what what is the state of the weapon. That's it for yeah, that's it. That's what I've been thinking, and I don't know if somewhere along the line or somewhere along the advancement of the project we are gonna have a minimap, but we're gonna figure that out later. You say because I did read Stream Avatars Wiki. You read Stream Avatars Wiki? I haven't read it completely. Like I mostly watch tutorials. Mijo, you say Roman's actually Portuguese? Where are you getting that info from? You're so Portuguese. What? What? And Sleepwalker, you say, no, it's just funny how you describe everything in full detail. Yeah, I want to like paint a picture, like a clear picture to you, so like you imagine what I'm trying to do, because we're gonna be doing this today. Not everything, mainly just this thing over here, and we're gonna reposition some stuff. But I want to like let you know. Okay, so let's start with the first task of the day, which is over here. It's exactly what I've been describing. It's just building the new layout and making it work with the new input system. So it's basically doing on arrows. When you press click, I'm going to register what direction you're going to with your mouse. So if you're going up and you release up, that's gonna be an up input. So it's gonna, I think it's gonna be better than what we had with the arrows. Okay, not only because it's gonna like feel better and more powerful, but also because you'll be able to have your hand on your mouse. See, just say Mortis Fortus. The info comes in Google. And oh, I'm Godfather. I'm using Affinity Photo. This is what I use. Affinity Photo 2. It is a paid program, but if you get it on discount, it is cheap relative to other programs, and you only have to pay it once. So that's great. Mm-hmm. Did touching? I don't know. EOS Markiplier? What? You don't know who Markiplier is, bro? I know who Markiplier is, and yeah, why did I suddenly became Portuguese? Okay, so let's start with. Do we have an arrow? I believe we can reuse the arrows that we already have. So let's start building the UI. Yeah, let's go over here on managers. Let's go UI manager, and I want to for now. Well, no, actually, yeah, I'm going to do the thing that I just said with the menus today, but there is a big problem with you basically are not able to complete the game, because in the third wave, um, I think I've detected the problem. It might be over here, because I was saying the problem in the morning before the stream. Here there is a chance to have current subwave equals null. So I think that the error could go away if I just detect the wave being null, and I just make it so it ends. So what I could do to fix this is like end the wave when that happens. So yeah, subwave ended. When subwave ends, I'm gonna check for alive enemies on the game object. Yeah, whatever. clearing this, then I'm going to increase the subwave index, and I'll say, yeah, wave ended, and I'm going to unlock the hub only when what happens? Current dissolve value, current dissolve value. So this is an animation for the dissolution or the dissolving the dissolving the zone shader. Say Kumod, you don't know who market player? Oh yeah, shit man, my keyboard. Because we like Portuguese and we can change your nationality because we are your kids. Fair. That can do anything for his kids, Roman. I just love how the player does his zoomies in air. And Flipwalker, you say, just wondering, could you make some journey open world game like Day Like 2, The Last of Us, Alan Wake? I bet you can do it. I think I could. The thing is, how long would it take me? A decade? And Nick, you say the dissolution does happen. The current wave data sub length seems to be failing. Yeah, you're right. I think it might be something over here that's not triggering this correctly. And you say, did you remove Big Boy as part of subwave datas? It was never like Big Boy has never been like part of anything on the wave manager except for him. Is like it's always going to spawn at the last subwave, but it doesn't control anything else. And Kumut, you say, anyways, I'll be leaving for now. Bye, guys. Well, thank you for joining, Kumut. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay. So yeah, over here, current wave data. Or current wave data. We're gonna check all the subwaves in here. We want to ask how many we have. And if how many we have is more than the subwave index, I think, yeah, that could cause problems because if it's 5, for example, yeah, if it's 5 and we are on index 4, it's fine. But if this becomes suddenly, if this becomes 5, this is not going to trigger. It's going to trigger else. So I don't think there's a problem here. Like this should be fine because if this is 5 and this is 5, it's gonna trigger else. So wave ended. And unlock hub. That should be fine. Subwave index gets back to 0. The thing is, over here, let's just make sure that let's see. I'm gonna look for the keyword return because I know I have it over here. Yeah, this shouldn't really like happen. This is just an error catching. But here I'm gonna do hub shield. Well, exactly what I was doing over here. I'm gonna do subwave index equals 0, just resetting as I was doing with the wave ended. And here, hub shield script unlock hub. So here, I'm gonna do return again. So it's gonna be subwave, or sorry, it's hub shield script unlock hub. This shouldn't happen anyway. This shouldn't happen. But let's see if now the error is cleared. This is gonna be like an error catching that makes everything go, like basically resets this. But I still need to know why it's getting to that value. And Mortus Fortus, you say, guys, don't check bot spam in the Discord. Don't check. And Rovena Meta, you say, my brain is hurting, to be honest. No worries, it's completely okay if you're not used to seeing those words. Like, it's not going to make a lot of sense. But I would encourage you, if you're curious about it, to like go bit by bit learning. I think programming is like super cool, and it's not as complicated as it may seem. It's just that when you see a script from somewhere else, you don't know what's happening, because like there is a lot of bits that you need to learn slowly to like get the full picture. And welcome to the stream, Ravenna. And Flyer is here, says, what's up, man? I'm gonna be free for like the whole March month. It is time to log in for coding. That is awesome. I hope you make the best out of that time that you have free, and welcome to the stream. And Sleepwalker, you say, romanleco, maybe you could make this game like some kind of journey and open world. Because running back and forth and casting spells on everybody looking a bit boring, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a plan for the future. For now, yeah, I know it's boring to be like, it's the same map over and over again. Like, probably you can get some minutes of gameplay, but you're gonna get bored. The thing is, I'm not going to expand the map right now, because I want to lock in the fundamentals of the game first, make the game be really fun with what we have, like making the combat feel very nice, and our spells, which is the core of the game, feel nice. And once we have that locked in, we are gonna expand and make a larger world and more bosses, more enemies, clothing, weapons, you know, like way more content. But we have to make sure that what we have now, the core of the game, is good, so we are not going to build on top of a poor foundation. Yeah, that's the plan. The Discord bot summoned demons and rate limited itself. Bad. Very bad. Okay, let's see. So the thing is, well, first of all, so to make this easier on me for testing, I'm gonna go into the wave manager. Where is the wave manager? Over here. And I'm gonna say the minimum enemy quota is gonna be like, I don't know, 5 to 20, just for testing. We can put these values back to what they were before later. Then I want to go into the big boy over here, and I'm gonna put his health to, I don't know, 220 or like just 20, because I want to beat him very fast. Because I'm just testing stuff. I don't need to like have a full battle every single time that I want to test a stone. And Flyer, you say, bro, you should focus on uploading YouTube shorts for more popularity, as it's easy to make and has a lot more chance to go viral. And yeah, I saw some of your videos where you showed how to make games, how you make games. Yeah, I want to like have more shorts, and I'm going to, like, you have to hold me up to my word. I need to do some shorts. I will start making them when I have the Steam page. So people that are watching those shorts can actually like go wishlist the game. And I haven't really started making the Steam page, but I plan to start this weekend. There's a lot of things that I need to do this weekend. And Kix is over here, says, hello, what's up, Kix? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? And Flyer, you say, keep it up, man, but you should focus on the popularity of your games, but with, of course, the game popularity. Yes, it is very important, and I will, when I have the Steam page up. Yeah, otherwise I'm gonna get suddenly murdered in a suspicious manner. I'm not gonna say who is gonna try and kill me. It's Nicked. But yeah, for sure. Okay, I just want to get to the third wave. I think for some reason it's always throwing third wave. Like it doesn't get to 4 or 5. So I want to make sure that when you kill the boss, it doesn't throw errors, or at least it's resetting the game properly, the wave properly. Okay, so far we don't have any errors. That's fine. Let's go to the third one. And Kicks, you say everything's fine here. How are you? Well, I'm very glad that everything's fine. I am doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Oh, you say the quality. Oh, the quality. Oh yeah, sure. Like the quality is the like I wouldn't want to sell crap. Like even if I supposedly, or like just imagine the scenario, I go viral with this game and I don't really make it good, it would suck, and I wouldn't want to like sell something that sucks, you know. And more than like selling something that sucks, like I wouldn't want to like publish something that sucks, you know. Okay, and in what wave are we? I think this is the third wave. So now I think it's gonna be the boss battle. Or just you say, dance the night away. Say, Nick, that was the third wave? No? The bug will be less buggy this wave. Yeah, I think now... Okay, this is the fourth wave. So we are going past the third wave. And yeah, it's gonna be less buggy. I should probably like limit further the amount of enemies that are gonna appear. Just because like I've been fighting with these guys for a long time. I don't really want to do this every single time that I want to try something. Like I probably should do, I don't know, 1 to 5 enemies per wave. But at least everything so far is working fine. Now the last trial is actually going to the boss battle. And Mortus Fortus, you say, as a game dev, I want to make my game popular and trendy so people can join in. Until then, I'll just stay thinking what my game is gonna be. Well, you can start like making, if you're like just starting, like that's the, a lot of people are gonna tell you this. Start making small games. Just small games, because once you, it's like the best way to gain experience. And once you have that experience, it's gonna be way easier to make bigger games. Okay, so now, if I destroy this, yeah, the hub did unlock, but did I get errors? Wave ended. No, no errors. And romanleco, you say, Sleepwalker, romanleco, check out my message. It's kind of long. Where is it? Oh, I can give you a bit of ideas because my fantasy is really wide. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can visualize stuff that doesn't actually exist. My fantasy is so wide. I've helped building games server. Yeah, for sure. Like if you want to drop any sort of idea, like we have on the Discord server, like a channel for, I don't think we have a channel for ideas, but if you want to, like, just DM me. DM me. I think we have to have a channel for like ideas. But for now, like, just DM me. You say, I always got the bad side of the bug on wave 3, big boy. Yeah, we're gonna like try this a lot until we get the error, because I think I did get the error today. And Flyer, you say, but seriously, man, your game is actually really good. You just need storyline, and I will advise you to make like online PvP games, as these PvP type of games gain a lot more attention and popularity. Yeah, it's very true. Multiplayer games these days gain a lot more popularity. The thing is, I don't have experience on multiplayer, and that's not the real barrier. Like I can gain that experience, but I know making multiplayer takes a lot more time. So first I'm going to like focus on making a great single player game, and then we're gonna see if we do multiplayer. In Mortus Fortress, you say I'm saving 100 euros for uploading my game into Steam. Hell yeah, awesome. Miho, you say you should have the kill everything debug option. Yeah, I should have something like that. Um, because even if I disable stuff now, it's not going to be the same. Mortus, you say I'll upload those on itch.io, and then when I have a bigger game ideas, and yeah, I'll save up money to upload it on Steam. Awesome, cool stuff. And Aryan is over here. Well, Lucky. Lucky's over here, says, hi, bro. What are you talking about? I'm just yapping about um, a problem with the game that was just detected by Miho and Nicked. So, the problem is like basically when you go to the last wave, generally on wave 3, you can't really like progress. Like it gets stuck on there, and the hub chill doesn't drop. Okay. Yeah, feedback channel incoming. Yeah, let's go over here on the wave manager. Let me just unpause this. Let's go on the wave manager. Where is this? World UI manager. It's wave manager. Yeah. So in here, I want to make the. I don't want to change anything with the waves themselves. I want to change how many enemies are gonna spawn. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, like super low amount, because we need to try this a lot of times until we get the error. And the main thing now will be the main like time. Oh, 3 enemies. Oh, and another enemy appeared over here. Yeah, that's also an error. It's not as bad as the other one, but that's also an error. And I see no errors in the console. That's fine. Yeah, so I think you on Discord you said that sometimes enemies appeared even though they like at the end of the wave, even though they shouldn't have appeared. Like for example, now I have 3 enemies on here, where and the top or the limit was 3. But that might also be because how I set the limits. Because now the enemies have a weight to appear, like they have a likeliness of appearing, how likely they are to be in the wave. Okay, so this is wave 3 now. And there's the last guy. So we need to go where? Back there again. Let me read you while I get there. And Cheese, you say, Roman, I sent a now work in progress on Discord. You can see if you want, if you did read the title. Yeah, so for 2 Dimensions game, for the new update for the two Dimensions game. And Flarier, you say, well, it was really good talking to you, man. Keep up, just never give up in life. You will for sure make big games in future. I will be always your supporter. Well, thank you very, very much, Flarier. Really, really appreciate it. And I won't give up. I promise I won't give up. Cliparker, you say, just japping. Holy unk. Okay, so now we are on wave 4, I believe. And here on the console, no errors. Okay. Now, we don't have any errors on the console, but as Nick and Michal reported the hub is not going away, and there's another like wave going on over there. Weird behavior. Weird behavior because I haven't actually changed anything with how these are counted, so we'll have to dive in into the wave manager. And I would like to see what are the changes that I did on previous versions, because we could see like what went wrong somewhere. And they just say, did you test the invisible zone thing? Because it does happen on any wave. When you re-enter the morph and exit it, you start damage. It's independent from wave 3. Invisible zone. The thing that just appeared, I think it might be linked to the same problem. I think if we fix this problem with the boss, it's probably the same that is causing that thing, invisible zone. And the invisible zone is not really, it's not really invisible. It's just that it's a zone that hasn't been started, but the position is there, like the position exists, so the particle goes there, even though like it hasn't started. And you can say so is over here says, what's up? What's up? You can say so. Welcome to the stream. How are you? And Chichi said, yeah, for 2 dimensions, but not next version. I'm still waiting for your tests. Alrighty. Yeah, now that I have time on the weekend, I will not only try the game, but also I said to you that I was going to like do some tests to like basically give you ideas on how to make the thing that you were trying to make with world space UI, something like that. So yeah, I won't forget about that either. Say no, go back to where you killed Big Boy, and then leave. Back to where Big Boy was, and then you'll start taking damage. Mm. The only reason that could happen is that if it's actually registering the zone as still being active. It's not just the position, it's functional. There is very much a zone there. And do enemies start spawning and everything? Hmm. Let's see. And that's very weird. That's very weird actually. No, it's an empty one. You just take damage when you get out. So no enemies. We'll have to like do a deep dive then. We'll have to do a deep dive. I want to check over here on GitHub desktop. Let's go to history. Improve update method. When did I change anything? When was the last time I changed something on the wave manager? Enemies AI optimization. Yeah, this is all related to enemies themselves. Health, boss health bar fix. Enemies count. Yeah, it's on the enemies count probably over here. Wave manager. Yeah, so these were the changes that might have done that. That's all it has to offer. Just damage when you get out of it. Okay. Let's see. So, let's go bit by bit. We are gonna... Yeah, give me 1 sec. Yeah, we're gonna see what are the changes over here, so we can like figure out maybe what is happening. So it's not, yeah, it's over here on Wave Manager. So on Wave Manager, what did we change? We added an alive enemies game objects cleanup list, and that didn't exist before. that didn't exist? Weird. Okay, so let's discard everything that's not causing the problem. Let's go in Wave Manager and let's see. So over here, we know subwave data not causing the problem. Wave data is not causing the problem because those things are only holding data. They don't really do anything themselves. They can be used to do stuff, but they don't do anything themselves. Now, what does set player in spawn zone do? This is called from other. Yeah, this is called from other places. And where is this getting called from? From spawner zone. Spawner zone, yeah, that's basically saying if the player is in or out of the zone. I don't think there will be any problems with this. Like, I think the main problem is somewhere with the subwave index and things related to the subwave index. And I want to see on GitHub desktop if we have changed some things, or we have added somewhere something related to subwave index. Yeah, here. Else, we are setting subwave index equals 0. And here, when the wave ends, that might be causing problems. Or no? Yeah, I think that might be causing problems. Because if we set the subwave index then to 0, is gonna like try to go to the next wave, and the next wave might be generated. Enemy death. If alive enemies game object. Could that be? Like I have a very, very weird hunch that might be it. Like at this point in the project, we are working with hunches. Like this is no longer about logic. Yeah, let's no, but for real, I have a hunch that may be it. Subwave index over here. Let's look when we assign it. It's not on checks, it's on assignments. So if we comment this line, will that make it work? And Ekla Pikla, you say, hello, what's up, Ekla Pikla? Welcome to the stream. I think you were back here in like back in the beginning. But so welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. You say there's an echo in the microphone. Is it still there? Because I think over here I am using noise removal and room echo removal, so is there always an echo in the microphone? Okay, so getting there. Yeah, now this is wave 1. Fine. Let's go to the next wave. We're gonna be quick with this. Oh, shit. And it's just 3 enemies, so it's gonna be like super, super quick. And Chichi say, yeah, I mean normal room echo, nothing big. Alrighty. Yeah, it's hard to, like, this is an empty room, mostly. Like, the only thing that's here is like, well, you have seen in other streams when I've shown the background, but there's like a little bit of furniture in the corner, and the rest is just my my desk, and that's it. And well, the computer with the screens. Okay, now this is wave 2, right? Wave 2. Now there's a chance the boss might be in wave 3. And that's where you said in wave 3 is where it's most common for this error to happen. And More Life, you say we. And Sleepwalker, you say, alright, Pookie, I am gonna hop off sleeping. Bye bye. Also gonna drop some ideas before I go. Well, thank you very much for joining, and I hope you rest well. Bye bye. See ya. Yeah, I'll be checking your ideas after the stream. Okay, so no boss. But this is wave 3. And I think the problem that I found before, it's not really a problem, it's the way the weights work for the enemies. Because sometimes if you have, like, let's say, like a very, very small number, the remainder of the weights is gonna be 1. So even if you said the maximum amount is gonna be 3, there might be a 4th enemy. Okay. Let's get to kill him. Okay, done. And then we need to destroy this. I think I would like to also change the pointer, like the how do you call this thing that's in the middle of the screen? The crosshair, because it's a little bit chunky for my liking, to be honest. Okay, same problem. Same problem. And any errors on here? No. Just to say, we're gonna be quick with this. Meanwhile, Roman less than a second later. The Borg, you say bye cheese. And Nick, you say it's always at wave 3. At wave 4, it's semi-working. Yeah, now it's just straight up not doing it. And Nick, you say the hub opens, but the damage thing stays, I think. Still haven't gotten it myself in like 6 tries. Speedrunner luck. Say the hub opens, didn't check the damage thing. We can go back, so I can. We were fighting over there, right? So re-enter and leaving the hub immediately starts damage. Starts damage. And Moneyman Money says, "Yo, what's up, Moneyman Money? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?" So yeah, I want to see if I enter there, if I enter that place again. Okay, key not found exception. The given key 0 was not present in the dictionary. Okay. Current subwave, enemies quantities, I. And where is this? Okay, we need to check this. Check this out. This is very important. Dude, did I change this from fixed from update to fixed update? When did I do that? Because that might be causing problems too. Here on Wave Manager. Need to say, yeah, up top. Just get in where the zone should be, and exiting the area should cause damage. Yeah, errors. It caused errors in my having a trip with this one. I want to see if I changed fixed update, or when did I change that? Was health bar? It's just on Wave Manager, the ones that I care about. Anything in Wave Manager? No. When was the last change in Wave Manager? Audio Manager. No. Input Manager fix. I think it was only over here. Wave Manager. So yeah, here it is. Here it is. I've been using now fixed delta time. Like, dude, I might have just broken everything because I switched to fixed update. And yeah, fixed update is good for a lot of things, but mainly physics. So here on spawn enemies in subwave, wherever I'm using time that fixed delta time over here, and it's just two places. I'm gonna switch to time dot delta time over here, and in the other place too, time dot delta time, because now we are working with the update. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that way. I'm gonna keep that way. So that might not fix the problem, but I think it's gonna be like at least contribute to the fixing. So now we know we have to check this out. What else? So on start distance, get current zone position is not really important, or it's not really important now because I don't think the problem is there. Let's see what we have. So get valid spawn point position, nothing really here. Player outside of zone penalty. No. Change lift. Okay, yeah, that's not important. Subwave on position. I want to check this out too. Check this out. Reset subwave. It's what is it doing? Spawner core game object set active. True. Spawner core shield game object set active. True. Like that's just making yeah, that's resetting the subwave. Yeah, so it's basically putting the zone into its initial state. So that's good. Then alive enemies game objects, we're clearing that. Enemies spawned, we're clearing that. The enemy spawned and set color intensity. That's fine. Now, Nick, you say, but it's clearly not doing its job though. No, this one is. The reset subwave is doing its job. The one that it's not doing its job is subwave ended probably. Because this only does like basically putting the shield for the core for that cube up, and it's putting the shield for the or it's putting the zone up too. Subwave ended. We might have to check this out. Yeah, just in case, I'm just gonna do check this out. Here, enemy death. We're gonna check this too, just in case. This out. Set color intensity. No. Pause material twinning. This could be simplified. Pause material twinning. Yeah, because that's the old way I was doing it. I don't really need to do this way anymore. And Miho would say you could log all the steps, log everything. But how? Yeah, I could. Yeah, I need to know what I need to log. But yeah, here pause material twin. Not going to care about this. Like this shouldn't really be. We could do a do twin that kill, and it should work. We don't need to do this. Here, start new wave. Check this out. On generate wave, I think there's not problems in here. Like this is the same way it was working before. I haven't changed anything in here. And here generate subwave. That's fine. And it says the quota part on this should be improved because it's getting the error that there is a chance when you are using low numbers that you're gonna get extra enemies. But it's not that important. Not that important. And here, set player in spawn zone. Yeah, that's fine. So now we are just gonna check those things. But before we check those, let me give it one more try because I think just putting things to update might contribute to making it work more or more likely to work. Need you say I hate doing that because then I need to remove all that. You can do Control F and look all the debugs, and you should only have debugs activated that actually are doing like something. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying anyway. Need you say I like extra enemies because I can do big boy skip then. Yeah, it's not going to work on the last wave. Not going to work in the last wave. And Cheese, you say, all right, I think I'm gonna go now. Have a good day. Well, thank you a lot for joining, Cheese. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And I'll be like sending you feedback for your game version. Already? Oh, a stream avatar is broken. As always. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Doing the zone to care about gambling. No worries, Cheese. Alright. So yeah, let's defeat these guys. So we're always getting a fourth enemy. Should be simple. Okay, one more enemy. It's always 4, even though I set it to 1 and 4. Or 1 and 3. Okay, I think that might be the boss, because there are only 3 zones where the boss spawns. So whenever I see them, I kind of like get my hopes up that it's the boss. No, it's not the boss. But this is one of the zones. I don't know if you have noticed, but there's only 3. The one of the zones is here. I got an error. Where is the error? Over here. Yeah, this is always throwing errors for some reason. Not one of the big errors or one of the big ones. Okay. Yeah, here we're not going to get the boss. Yeah, so there's one in this zone. There's another in the snow, like up top. And there's another in the orange zone, where we have a lot of space, like in the lowest point of the map. Okay, now we're getting the boss fight. And it may be like the first thing that I think is when a wave ends or a sub-wave ends, I'm doing most of the functionality of putting it back together or putting everything back to normal there. And Smoosh Mister says, keep moving, bro. What's up, Smoosh Mister? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yes, I will. Okay, now the wave ended and it went fine. Like it did unlock this. Could it be that it was just a fixed update? We would have to try again. We would have to try again. But I would like to check these things anyway. I'm gonna do a Control F, and let's do comment and that mark, not on health, over here. And then you say I can get big boy stuck in at least 3 places in each zone. You tell me where. Tell me where so I can fix that. And Mijo, you say, oh, there's the visual bug. The bug is on wave 3. So, you know, not 2. Okay, this we don't care about this one. Yeah, check this out. It's the spawn enemies in subwave. Let's do a quick. A lot of tree moving. You know what's funny? I had to move a tree and remake the thing because I got one position to get him stuck, but I didn't check for every single one. Okay, so this is kind of a large method, not function, method. So, but let's go quickly over here. So if can spawn only is active when the enemy, or sorry, when the player enters the first time into the zone. And it's only set to false when the core gets. No, let me check where that actually happens. Can't spawn equals. Yeah, can't spawn equals false only when enemy quota achieved is more or equal to the current wave data, subwave datas, or basically the enemy quota of the current subwave. So if how many enemies we have to kill is equal as the enemies we have killed, I'm gonna say can spawn equals false, but that's not going to make the chill break automatically. Will it? No. Because after I do if can spawn equals false, I'll say can shield break if the enemies that are alive are less than 1. Basically, that's gonna return true or false. If it's still false, I'm gonna do another check, and I'm gonna do basically like setting, like cleaning up the enemies that are disabled in there. Live enemies game mode yet. I'm basically cleaning them. Then I clear that list, and I count again. Now that I have cleaned all the disabled enemies from that list, do I have any? And if I don't have any, I'm gonna say can't shield break is true, and if I can shield break, the shield for the cube is gonna drop. Now we know that is true, like that is working fine. We wouldn't have any problems with that. Let's go again over here. Check this out. And where were we? We were on not on start new wave. Let's check this one first because it's actually super short. On start new wave, when does this happen? When does start new wave happen? Start new wave happens when let's look at the references. When the Huff Shield, I tell it to say start new wave over here. On Huff Shield, Okay, yeah, this is hub shield. On trigger exit. Oh yeah, so this is only making it so when the player, I'm just gonna make a comment over here. This gets called when the player exits the hub. Only there. Then I tell it basically when it exits the hub, I'm gonna generate a wave. I'm gonna say subwave index. It's set to 0. I'm gonna reset the current subwave. So, and I'm gonna say spawn point position equals current wave data, subwave index, spawn point position. Okay, that's basically putting the subwave where it should be, like the zone where it should be. Here get spawn point diameter. Yeah, that's basically calling the subwave on position. And here reset subwave. So reset subwave is nothing more than like putting all the things to what they should be for the zone. So let's save this and let's go to the other comment over here. We have 2 more things to check out. So subwave on position. When subwave on positions gets called, what happens? It happens that on the entity spawner, transform that position gets called there, and the entity spawner is basically the zone. Then spawning zone transform that local scale is set to vector 1 that zone diameter. So that is getting the zone, the shader basically, the outmost part of it, to expand as much as the zone diameter of that zone is. Then what happens? I'm gonna comment this. Zone on position and expands the zone visualizer according to diameter. Okay. Then if guide particle system is not null, I'm gonna say the guide particle system active. So that means if I set a subwave on position, okay, this is the only part where I'm calling the guide. So if the guide is active, it means I called a subwave on position. That's actually very, very helpful, because the only way the guide particle system is active, or particles guiding us to our subwave position, is that we make we make a call to the subwave on position. We tell it to go there, and it starts expanding and do some other stuff. And what is that other stuff? Twinning dissolve is set to true. Between current dissolve value, spawn timer, before first spawn delay. Okay, so here it's where I say the spawn timer is gonna have a delay. And then what do I do? Current spawn point position diameter. I'm storing that. And why am I doing it over here? Couldn't I just simply do it over here? Like, this is not like it's not needed to be there. Yeah, I reset the subwave. Then what else? I do an overlap sphere. So this is I'm going to comment this. Checks that the player checks if the player was already inside the zone when it got sent to the position. Fine. So we are resending the subway before we do this, and we're gonna do a check. And if the player is on the position already, we are gonna make sure that we're gonna set player in spawn zone. That's fine. I don't see anything wrong here. Anything wrong. So the problem needs to be over here on spawn enemies in subwave. Yeah, it doesn't smell like the culprit. Doesn't really smell like the culprit. I think it should be over here, probably. Probably here, or it might be also on enemy death. We need to check that. But before, I'm gonna give it another try. Just so we can get it again. Because if we fix them, if we turn the thing from fixed update to update, and it kind of like make it work again, it might have just been that, but it's unlikely. Because I still was using fixed delta time, so it shouldn't be that. The difference shouldn't be that radical. So yeah, I don't think it's on enemy death, because if Big Boy dies on a later round, it actually kind of works. So I just have a lot of suspicion on enemy death. Like I think I have my traumas with that method because of previous updates or previous fixes that I had to do over there. Also, this thing, when this thing gets stuck, the particles get stuck, it's just super simple to fix. It's just a number that makes it less likely to get stuck. Yeah, we can tell the amount of times you fix that sublock. Yes. Let's go over there, and I think this might be the last one before the last. How do you say when something is the last before the last? So whatever that word is, this might be it before the wave end. Okay, now. Okay, now. Oh, yeah, it's over there. I thought it was leading me over here, but it's actually all the way towards the orange area, the fire area. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is not a boss. Not for the boss. An ultimate. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, because I was thinking of the Spanish word for that, and I said to myself, like, that doesn't translate very well. Like, it's very similar, but I thought maybe I'm just making that word out, or making that word up. Because in Spanish it's penultimo, like, and I thought penultimate. Maybe I'm creating that word. So I was thinking the same way in Polish. Okay, now this guy. Let's get him killed. Fine. Wave ended. Okay, wave ended gets called, and the shield drops. Gets called over here. I don't think we need the subwave index set to 0 over here. I don't think we need that. Because when is the last time we do this? let's do subwave index equals 0 on start new wave. Mm, just to be sure, I'm gonna switch the order. But this should be the only place. Like I don't really need to do this over here. And start new wave. Yeah, on start new wave, and where else? Hmm, yeah, I don't need that over here. Okay. So we're just making sure that whenever we're setting the subwave index to 0, it's only on one place, and that place is on starting a new wave. Fine. Say I needed to look it up. Yeah, I didn't want to like make up a word. Give me what just one sec for bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. We were checking the last possible thing that could be causing the problem, and that is let me put my camera a little bit more over here. That's fine. Yeah, so it's not there. Why do I have so many of this? What are these messages? Let me read them. I have one for yeah. Check this out. Then oh, I have two. And why? Oh, there were two places that I marked. I did mark enemy death. Check this out. Spawn enemies in subwave. And Nick, you said you had that exception there when you re-entered the zone. Yeah, where was that? It was on health, right? Or no, it's not over here. It was somewhere on health. Yeah, the errors are gonna clean up themselves. It was somewhere in health, I believe. Um, but the thing is, I think that should go away if I fix the main thing. Like that's um, it's just one error making a lot of things go wrong. I think. Half shield on trigger enter. Yeah, we're gonna call wave manager, start new wave. Yeah, this is the half shield. Okay, so over here we have 4 places to check. Or no, just 4. Okay, so enemy death. Yeah, I'm not going to check that now. I'm gonna check subwave ended. Did we check this already? I don't think we did. Or did we? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's check it again. So, alive enemies game objects, if the count of that is more than 0, if there are still enemies that are alive, I'm gonna do for the number of them. And why am I doing an if over here? I could just do the for, and if I don't have any, it's not going to run any single time. So why bother? Here, if alive enemies, yeah, I think I don't want to change a lot of stuff because I don't want to mess it up further. But I know this doesn't make sense. So here, this could be simplified, you know? So here, for any or for the amount of alive enemies, we're gonna do an iteration, and here we're gonna check if the if that enemy is alive, we are destroying it. I didn't know we were doing this. I didn't remember. So if we call the subwave ended and there are still enemies alive, I am actually disabling them. So kill remaining enemies when the subwave ends, if there are any. And shouldn't I? Oh, also I need to make sure this is over here. Alive enemies game objects. I'm just gonna clear the enemies. And Nick, you say funny bug with that actually. Didn't you find a bug where there was like a flying enemy that was like following you around and it didn't go away at all, and it followed you to the other wave, and he didn't get cleaned out? And it removes only the ones that are connected to that zone. If it's not that zone, the enemy turns invincible. How? Turns invincible. It's unkillable. Well, I think I can imagine how, because I have a variable on them where basically if they are dead, they are no longer going to do like anything, basically. Not take damage, not do like anything. Say I skipped Big Boy like that and was led with just an invincible guy. The AI does work though. Yeah, I think it's just like the health in general doesn't work. They follow you and hit you. Yeah, I think it might just be the health. The health like asks if it's still alive. And Asnok is over here, says, "Hey, Asnok here. I want to ask a question. If Roman is a Pokemon and Nick is a cat, then what Miho will be?" I don't know. Welcome to the stream, Asnok. Welcome to the stream. You say, "I like that bug. There is a similar one in Security Breach with a certain animatronic." Um, I'm gonna avoid that for now. I'm just gonna care about this one that is like more game breaking. Well, that one is kind of annoying too, but not that much. And cool guys over here says, is game dev groups good? I would say so. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How is it going? Nick, you say, and they called it Mega Monty as an unkillable Monty. We love Mega Monts. Oh yeah, I think if they got away with that, why not me? Mm. Okay, here, twinning dissolve is set to true, and what does that do? Because there should be somewhere, yeah, on update. If twinning dissolve, I set the dissolve to current dissolve value. Yeah, it's just doing a tween, basically for a value. So let's go back to where we were. Back to here. And okay, this is just an animation for dissolving the zone visualizer. And inside here, when this ends, I make that the twinning dissolve is no longer true. Subwave started equals false on subwave ended. But shouldn't this be false before? Because where am I using this? Where am I using this, actually? I'm gonna do subwave ended. And cool guy, you say pretty good. I mean, I realized I did the leg bones wrong, but I fixed it, made it better, and I can get back on track. That's awesome, awesome. And about your question about game dev groups, are you in a game dev group now, or are you planning to join one? And Nick looks different. Yeah, Nick looks different because he's using another account. I don't think Mijo is here. You can ask him if when he returns, if he returns. Um, yeah, I want to check. Subwave started really. Here on set player in spawn zone, if the subwave have started or have not started, I say subwave started is true and count spawn is true. Okay, so is that the only place where I'm using that? Yeah, because that's the definition. I said it false here, true here, and there is a check. Yeah, nothing to do with that. So we can keep reading this. And should I call you green or cool guy? Like I don't know at this point. You say I would plan to join a modeling group since I'm more of a modeler than a game developer. Well, that's awesome. I think even if you're like just like that's gonna allow you to prioritize what you're into, and it could be good. Could be good. And are you planning to do a game together, like fully? You say Green G, since I did abandon my cool guy account. Okay, then Green G it is. Nasnok, you say I think Roman has shifted nicked from one basement to another. Yeah, might be. Hey Roman, say me no. Me no twice. What? Okay, so when the dissolution of the zone visualizer ends, I say the subway started is no longer true. What else? If the current wave data, subwave data's length, so however many subwave datas we have, and we would need to check really what is the length over here. We could check that. because I think this should be 5. This should be 5. Let's check every single time we're using subwave datas. A lot of places. And Art is over here, says, yo, what's up, Art? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How is it going? I saw you had a scheduled stream. I wasn't able to join, but yeah, I saw you were streaming before, right? Yeah, annoying how I keep getting the vertical stream first. Yeah, I don't know what's about that. Like I think you're the only one that has that problem. It's pretty weird and pretty annoying. Mijo. Yeah, and Mijo's over here. Okay. So I want to check wherever I'm using this on assignment. Subwave datas. Um Yeah, so I just have one assignment, it seems. So subwave data array is subwave datas equals new subwave data. Okay. So it's always gonna be the max subwaves. So we can come in here knowing that this is gonna be 5 all the time, or like basically the maximum subwaves that we're gonna have in a wave. And I have that too. Oh, you have that happen too, Green? And Art, you say I did a short one. Just wanted to get targeting working again, doing a slow refactor. May start working on it again off stream. And were you able to fix it in the short stream? Did you finish making the targeting work again? Okay. So over here, yeah, it is 5 less, or is 5 more than the subwave index. So the subwave index is gonna be yeah, it starts 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and when it gets to 5, this is gonna trigger the else. So over here, it's gonna do wave ended, and it's gonna unlock the hub. But what happens if I am on another wave? I have to check that like it can't end. And yeah, I do a check over here, current wave data. If the current subwave data is not null, I wanna do this. Yeah, if it's not null, I could do this. But what if it's null? If it's empty, there should be something happening. Basically, yeah, there should be something happening. Basically, this, if it is full or if it is null, I don't want to do what I'm doing over there. I just want to do debug.log. Yeah, wave ended. Ended. And I want to drop the hub shield script that unlock hub. So I drop the shield of the hub. So yeah, when I generate on my generate wave function, what I do, or sorry, method, is I have a wave data. It's a new wave data, and I say, okay, how many mini waves or how many subwaves are we gonna have? I calculate a number, and for however many is that number, I iterate. I use it to iterate I say, okay, for however that number, or however many times that number is, let's say it's 4, I just assign to the subwave datas another subwave in there. That's gonna make that some of my subwaves are null, because I haven't set it to anything. Let me read you. And Green just say, yup. And Archie say, yeah, did a few things on stream and targeting worked fine with the new combat system. Awesome. Cool stuff. And Green, you say, I should get back to playing Cuphead. Yeah, you finished all your exams? Nice. Yeah, how far have you gotten into Cuphead? Because I remember playing it like a year ago. And it was a very, very hard game. And Asnok, you say, today I watched sunrise. Not because I wake up early, because I was awake all night. Wow. I'm getting too old to do that stuff. I just did that a week ago, but yeah. And I would just say the problem is the new system uses a new damage pattern, and that needs to be made backward compatible or just rewrite the parts. Problem was it's all half baked. I like halfway did the new ability system. The new targeting script brings targeting from about 10 lines to 2 or 3. So it's a good refactor. Well, that's nice. So it wasn't that bad then. And Asnok, you say, well, you're talking to Mihal, right? You have an exam, Asnok? Well, good luck with the exam. Yeah, no scope creep. I have cut a lot of things down from what I wanted to have. Like, we're not going to have potions. We're not going to have any sort of materials. We are not going to have a workbench. We are not going to have a lot of stuff that it was gonna clutter. Well, it wasn't gonna clutter the game. But it's not really necessary for what I intend this game to be. Scope creep is fun if you don't want to achieve the goal. That is, yeah, yeah. I'm making sure that I cut down as much as I'm basically like just keeping the fundamentals of the game, like the fun parts and nothing. Like I'm aiming for maybe 6 to 10 hours of gameplay, maybe probably 6 to 8. Like I'm not aiming to do a Breath of the Wild over here. I'm just trying to do something like a kind of a short experience, but very very nicely done, like an enjoyable one. Okay, so let's go over. Yeah, we know that some of these subwaves are gonna be null. Now, let's get back to here. And let's continue with, where were we? We were over here. So yeah, I think that's the only other place that I would like to like modify something, so we can do this. Now, I would like to just try the game again just to get more errors and maybe get the error, because we haven't gotten the error, even though I think it's still there. So you mean you're making GTA 31? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it for sure can burn anyone out. Like having scope creep, like not being able to stop adding new stuff and never finishing stuff. Green G, you say 6 to 10 hours of gameplay, then the euphoric brothers run in fear. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's that is like a good amount of time for for an indie game, right? And with the replayability, and if you want to be like a completionist and get everything, maybe you can get a little bit more. And Nick say, although additional longevity is a good thing, if I could, I'll have all my ideas have some kind of new game plus or endless mode. Yeah, I would like to do that. I think I would like to add, depending on how the game does. If it does well, I'm gonna continue like adding more stuff. Not because I want to. Well, I would like to sell more after the release, but not because only that. Because if I can afford making more content for the game, like I would be thrilled. Like I'm really. I think this is one of the projects that, or is the project that I've enjoyed working on the most. It's one of the games, or yeah, one of the games that I do enjoy. Not only making, but like looking at myself. Say Garden of Banban is an amazing case study. Because it was like severely unpolished, or what's what calls your attention from that project? Because there's a lot to talk about in terms of how they handled development. And was it just one person, or how many people were working on Garden of Banban? Because it's one thing being one person making an abomination, but it's another thing being a team and you having to look at the abomination that one of your teammates did and say, huh, that's okay, and let it go. Because they are all about the money. Oh. Well, I don't blame them. There's people that just care about the money. I don't really blame them. But it's not what I'm here for. If I were for the money, I wouldn't have gotten into game dev. Two brothers just spitting out content. Okay, here we are. Okay, now when we break this... Yeah, wave ended. So no problems detected. I still would like to like go step by step, seeing if I can find anything else. But I think mainly passing the things from fixed update to regular like update might have made it work. And also, I would like to know if current wave subwave index. Like, yeah, this is always gonna trigger this. Wave ended. I'm gonna expand this messages because the limit of, or because max subwaves per wave was reached. And here on wave ended is wave ended because the next subwave is null. I'm just gonna have those two. Say, it wasn't that wave 4? I wasn't counting. Made that work. I don't think it did anything, as far as I can tell. I don't know. I don't know. I should have put these messages before I tested it. Yeah, we're gonna do it one more time and see which one gets triggered. And I don't know the Chin Sonic tapes. What are Chin Sonic tapes? A green G. What are they? Let's get in there. I'm so like I would like to reveal everything that I've been thinking about for the game. But it wouldn't be fair to do it now because there are still a lot of things that I still need to think about. Like I could like say what I'm thinking about and like maybe 60% or 70% is gonna get into the game. But there's like room for things to not be there, you know? So I don't want to over promise, you know? It's better if I really get what I'm putting there and then I talk about it. This is wave 2, right? Yeah, wave 2. Yeah, I want to make a roadmap, but I haven't like defined everything in the roadmap yet. So yeah, I'm still making that roadmap. Every single day I'm working on defining it more and more, and I will release it, but I will release it like with only the things that I know are gonna be there, because I could make a roadmap and promise Breath of the Wild 2, but it wouldn't be fair. It would suck, basically. So I want to only put the things that I'm sure I will have in the game there. Because it's not just a roadmap for me, it's for people that want to know what the game will have, to look at it and know what's next, you know? Bad wave RNG? What? Yeah, no, this is 4th wave, right? And now we get this guy. Big boy. Say, this is 5th. Oh, this is the 5th one? I believe. Wave ended, yeah, because max subwaves per wave was reached. Yeah, we have a bad RNG with what we're getting. Let's just try one more time because I really want to try to get less than 5, you know? Because that's where the big problems are happening, isn't it? Why was that guy outside of bounds? Yeah, 3 is the magic number. Let's hope that we can get 3 over here. No, this is 2. Dude, I think I'm so bad at aiming. I like to change the crosshair because of that too. Like, it's not that precise. And Nick, you say, why don't you have a serialized current wave thing? Yeah, I could just do here, debug, and I can see it should be. Yeah, I can see it's now it's the 3rd one. Like I can check it. I just wasn't on debug mode. Yeah, this is the 3rd. Failed again. And why would it only happen on 3? That's very weird too. We can force it to be 3. Now that I'm thinking about it. we could force it to be tree. And we can also check the random number. Oh no, we can't really check that because that's a local variable. Okay, yeah, we're getting to the 5th. It doesn't work for us. So let's do over here on generate wave. We are not going to have this, or sorry, rand int rand equals 3. Like we're gonna force it to be 3. Yeah, every time at 3. Now I got a little bit worried that it's only throwing me to the 5th wave, which is very, very weird. It should be from 3 to 5. And it was always throwing 5. You say I got 3 waves 6 times in a row. Wow. Holy RNG. In art, you say, isn't it better now that your trail is always ahead of you? Yeah, it's kind of better. It is better. Okay, isn't this the 3rd wave? Or maybe I'm mistaken. No. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Because I can see in the number. Subwave index. This is the second one. Now we're okay. No measure function set in this node config. Again with the no measure function. I thought this was a Unity thing, an object disposal exception. These are things. Remember that we were having these errors showing up like 2 days ago, maybe. They went away when I updated, or when I basically when I closed and opened Unity again. So now they are here with me again. Object dispose exception. Let me get it over here. I'm gonna copy this. And then you say, you didn't check if it was RNG, damn. Yeah, I don't know, because it was... Now I forced it to be 3. No measure function. I thought this was only because of Unity things, because it went away before. Okay, now if I destroy that. Yeah, wave ended because the next subwave is null. Okay, I think that might do it. That might do it. Because I wasn't doing a check before, like I didn't have... I didn't have this else. Because I only checked if it's not null, then I'm gonna put it somewhere else. which is something that we want for passing from one wave to another. But we weren't checking if it was null. I'm almost sure I had something like this before. Very weird, but I think that should fix it. Why was your max at max 1? Yeah, we have to check that log. Let's check it. Let's pause and let's see what that is about. So it says object dispose exception, serialized property alive enemies game objects, array data 2 has disappeared. Okay. What does this mean? What does that mean? Let me check over here. I'm gonna look for that. Object dispose exception. The root cause generally involves managing the life cycles of objects, particularly those that handle unmanaged resources or have specific disposal routines. There had an enemy alive? Let me check. I don't think so. We could check that again. Like, let's give it one more try. Now that we know things are working, we can get into that. Dude, I wanted to get into adding new stuff, but I think it's better if I just solve these very, very important problems. And I'm not sure if after I fix these problems, should I make another version right away? Or should it be like the same version B? I don't know. We'll figure out the versions later. Okay, wave 2. Now it's set to 3 always. Yeah, because now if I release another version, what should it be? Just 0 point, or it's just that it's a super small change, you know? I don't want to have a super small change take up a number. I know it may sound silly, but it is how I think. So I could do 0.2.1.2 or 0.1 in the usual system. I could do that. And I always forget to change the actual version on Unity. Okay, on the console, problems? Yes, problems. Where? No measure function and object dispose exception. Those are happening. Now, is it happening? Because I had something over there, but I forgot to check it. Can you believe? Because I want to see over here on the wave manager. Wave manager. And you say X, Y, Z, and you're discarding X fully because you want to change it next year. So annoying. But why would I change the first number? Isn't it like for, like, I would say version 1 point something is like the full release, you know? That's how I think about it. Nuh-uh. For me, the first number has always been release. Minecraft was wrong. That's what all my... Yeah, I really just did what Minecraft did. They invented a new system just for that. Okay, now I want to check. There is just one enemy now. It's flying enemy clone. It's this one. So when I kill it, it goes away. And I can destroy this thing. So, no enemies in alive enemies game objects. And when I enter this zone, it starts throwing errors. And does it keep throwing errors? Yeah, it's still throwing errors. Still throwing errors. Snapshots. Yeah, I don't know. Would it make sense? Would it make sense to? Because I've seen not only Minecraft but other games do the same. So 0 point. Yeah, the number that follows 0, or the number that follows the second. So y is for like real changes between versions. And then I've seen z used for pair numbers are for fixes, and odd numbers are for additions of content. And Nick, you say you can like do 2.1b or something, but then you're changing the system in the middle. If you had a well-designed system beforehand, you'd have a number reserved for small patches. We can start doing it correctly now. Like, we are not that far in the game that it's gonna be very bad. We could have version 0.2.1.1, don't you think? Okay, now I checked it. Let's go back again to see what is happening. So scene reloading in Unity, no, not our case. Unity editor specific issues. Sometimes the exception is thrown by Unity editor itself, potentially due to a bug in a package, like the Visual Studio integration or version control packages. You know what? I have a deprecated. Dude, I don't know why they deprecated this. IntelliCode for C# dev kits, they deprecated this, and they are basically forcing you to migrate to GitHub Copilot. I hate it. Could this be throwing the error? I'm just gonna disable this. Just to make sure. Because I'm not migrating to GitHub Copilot. I don't want to use that. Restart extensions. And Nick, you say for numbers, just have the first one change once in a year. Yeah. You say that's my thing. You could not have that front one and call this a better version or something, like 2.1. Ah, I see. Better version. So V 2.1, better version, and 1.0 is full release. So it would be UV B 2.1 or just B 2.1. So that B 1.0.1 still makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. We could do that. I'll think about it. And dude, when I say think about it, it's not like, okay, whatever. No, I'm really going to think about it. Okay, should be fine now. Let's see if that causes any problems, because this extension is deprecated. I could just uninstall this. Uninstalled. It was very, very helpful to have it, but if they are forcing me basically to migrate to something else, screw them, you know. And need to say, if you want to adapt it now, this patch would be beta 2.1.1. I wouldn't mind that much. Like, I'll just do an announcement, and I'll say like, that's how I'm gonna do versions from now on. Let's see if it throws errors. Like, who's gonna care? Really, to be honest, who is gonna care? We can do it. Okay, let's go to zone 2. You care. But wouldn't you prefer that, even though if you care, that we change it to something that makes more sense, so in the future we don't have to like have the same conversation, or like everything is clear? And you say, because mods need that number to be tangible for automatic checking of it. Oh, didn't know that. Yeah, I'm gonna, if that's the case, that mods are gonna like need that, then I will do that. Okay, errors showing up. No errors. I think it might have only be that I had a deprecated add-on. I had a deprecated extension on Visual Studio that was causing that. What a nightmare. I would have never found that error. Never. Well, now I want to check if I go back and I do the same process, will it throw errors? Because sometimes we have errors that I generally don't check for a second wave. So it's better if I check now. So if I caught something, like if I catch something, I can just know it is there. That was the shortest wave ever. Just one enemy. And need to say, I mean, Steam is gonna be rolling out versions. If you call 2 versions the same exact thing, then a mod that patches that problem that was fixed by a later patch would need to have an internal detection. But I could still do 4 numbers then. Could I do 4 numbers then? And if you didn't just make it once, made for 1.3.7, like, we need to define this before the game gets into Steam. That's for sure. But couldn't I just have 4 numbers? I know it's gonna be like a lot more of a hassle. But in the end, it's gonna like work anyway. Say, I guess, but then the first would be useless. That's like my point. It does nothing. It changes once. It's like a bull. So I'll just so what would be the correct way to do this? With doing B first, and then three numbers, or four numbers. Because I don't know if there's something on Steam that allows you to. Okay, no errors. I think that was it. No errors. So I think there might be something on, or well, I don't know if there's something on Steam that allows you to say, okay, this is a better version, and you just have to do three numbers and mark something as beta. Okay, we're good. We are good. Now, I'm not getting the other messages just because I disabled them, but they are there. Okay. So, I think that the problem is gone. Nikki say it's up to you. I don't know if the new Steam thing, but it will be more standard than four numbers. More standard than four numbers. Yeah, I'm just wondering how. Like I'll do my research, okay? To see. I'm gonna write it down. Look up, like, yeah, I'm basically going to look up if like how the Steam versions work and how to do betas. That's it. Okay. Now, going back to the code, I'm gonna move this out of the way. What is happening over here? Why do I have something showing up on extensions? I have something showing up and I don't want to see the recommended one. Oh, I have an update on material icon theme. Yeah, I don't care. Let's do this. I still want to read this out, you know? Check this out. Spawn in Subway. Like I'll go very quickly reading this to see if I can like find anything in here. Um, but that's it. I think that the problem is already solved. But I'm gonna check if these are like fine. So if alive enemies game objects contain the game object, I'm going to remove the game object on enemy death. I think this is the method that I've revised the most. Enemy quota achieved plus equals the increased amount of whatever is always going to be one for now. There's no other case right now in the game. Set color intensity, that's gonna do its own thing. Not going to care about that. If enemy quota achieved is more or equal than the current. Oh yeah, I think we just didn't we just revise this? Yeah, I think we did. So yeah, it's if what you have achieved is more or equal to what you have to achieve, then count spawn equals false. Then if count spawn equals false, count shield break is gonna be equal to alive enemies if there are no enemies, true or false. If it's still false, I'm going to try to get disabled enemies out of here if there are any, and I'm going to do another check for count shield break. Awesome. I don't see anything wrong in here. Now, I think we have just one more thing then to check, which is the largest method in here. And Nikki say the thing is that they want to do a new thing. You remember Steam Workshop update they announced? Yeah, so it's quite literally not done. Fair, very Very valid point. I think I will be able to, before I upload a version to Steam, I think I will be able to see how versions work, probably. So before I update or I upload anything in there, I will see, and depending on what I see there, I will like I will tell you, and I'm gonna update everything on itch.io if it's needed. And yeah, the same for every single other place where I have versions. Because for example, the only reason I don't like to do the B for beta version is because on over here, if I do file, build profiles, not Linux, Windows, or no, it's a player settings. Version, okay, I haven't changed the version in a while, but this is version 0.2.1 now. Yeah, the thing is, can I do a B over here? I can just do a B. I can. So why not? Why not? And Nick, you say, I believe currently it's drag and drop with just a string. Because better versions can be anything. But they want to make a version system. Okay. So how does the mod knows what version it is? Does it look at the project settings? What is it looking at? Because I just realized I haven't changed the version in the project settings. Yeah, I'm gonna close this. It just reads that thing, yeah. Okay. So for I need to start making that a thing. Whenever I release anything new, I will put it over there. Let's just start with the right foot in the next version. Let's go to player settings. Let's do version B. So that this is what you're telling me, yeah, right? So this is gonna be version 2.2.1, right? Yeah. If we were to release this as it is right now, it would be this. Okay. Yeah, let's save this. You're happy about the changes? Yeah, from now on, I'm going to use that. I'm gonna all I dreamed of for 3 months. Okay, so I'm gonna like probably do a little bit of an announcement in the next changelog, and I don't think it needs to be like an announcement anywhere else really. But yeah, I changed the way I do versions now. So when we have version like real version 1, we can do the 1 point whatever point whatever point whatever. And I've also looked at the way Unity does their versions. Well, I shouldn't be looking at how they do it because they do it very poorly. But they have it this way. What is this supposed to mean? Like, why is it 60000 or 000 0.3.10 F1? What is that supposed to mean? And that one guys over here says Shesk. I don't know. I'm here. What's up, that one guy? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And Nick, you say, I don't know, maybe they're trying to be cool. Yeah, maybe, but they're not doing it right. Yeah, Roma 2000. Yeah, I'm gonna start my own version system then. Okay, so let's go and create a task in here. for that thing exactly. So what we just fixed. So fix the hub shield doesn't drop after the wave ends. It was a programming bug, and it's for version we are gonna have. Well, how am I gonna handle it now? Because I have my versions over here too. Uh I will start. Yeah, I'll just change this. So this is gonna be no, not this. Change this. Let's do this. Is gonna be B 2.2.0, right? So it changes on everything else. But for this one, we actually want another one. So it's gonna be V 2.2.1. We're gonna create that. It's gonna be over here. Let's do it green. romanleco. That's gonna be it. And that one guy say, yeah, does it matter that much? For versions, Nick explained me, yeah. I thought it wasn't that important. Yeah, for mods, it is. So I'm gonna make sure they are organized. And yeah, I might be too organized. I might be, but it's the way I work. I couldn't work any other way. Okay, so this is for that patch. Now, is there anything else that we need to fix before we move on? And also, let me make a change over here, because this is version. Let me make sure that I actually put the correct version. Yeah, 2.2.1. Okay. And Mortus Fortus says, hey, as I said in Discord that I was gonna make a 3D animation song, but I can't sing anything, and I'm sad, so I don't know what to do. Well, if you can't sing, you can still make music without singing. If you want me to sing, depending on how long the song is, I will sing only one time. Only one time. So if you really want me to sing, actually, your song is gonna suck if I sing. But if you want me to, and it's, I don't know, not that long, I will do it. And Miho say, I just got back. Roman's a singer now? No, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, you can do music without having to sing anything. There's like most of the music that I listen to doesn't even have lyrics. And for a lot of games, they don't really have lyrics either. And for 3D animations, they don't really have lyrics. Or well, there are a lot that have lyrics, but you don't necessarily have to have them. There's plenty that don't. Yeah, tell him Nick. Miho will like that too. The new thing. Okay. So over here, let's do a commit. Oh, and by the way, Miho, you might be interested in this because you're also coding constantly. I got an error, the error that we got before about an object. Yeah, let me show you actually. The exception that we got yesterday and that I got again today is object disposed exception, and no measure function set, those were caused by an extension that was deprecated on Visual Studio Code. That's it. So yeah, in case that you have a deprecated thing, it can be messing up your project. Did you say for mods? Yes, two versions that are actually the same version. Nightmare and Mortus Fortus. You say, hey, I said, oh yeah. And Nick, you say, Mijo, you would not believe. Okay, Mortus Fortus, you say, I love to sing, or should I practice singing? And then when I'm confident, I can go and sing and make 3D animation song because that's my dream. Well, do that then. Do that then. I think it's a pretty good plan. Get better at singing until you're confident. Mijo, you say, yeah, it's worth trying, bro. Yeah, VS Code back at it again. Okay, so here, really, what we were trying to do is big boy, or no, really, is this hub shield or fix hub shield doesn't or didn't drop after wave end. Um, so there wasn't a check to make that shield drop if the next wave or next subwave was null. Commit 3 files to main, but before committing this, there are a lot of things that I would like to change back probably, because I think on the yeah, let's go to the big boy. I set its health to 20, I think. Yeah, it should be 2200. And also on its health, I would like to make the like I still think, I don't know if you agree with me, but I still think the big boy could take more damage when he's staggered. I think now the multiplayer is 3, but it should still be able to take more damage, or it should take more damage. Yeah, for now I'll just leave it like that. But you tell me if it's still like too difficult to beat, or it doesn't really make sense that it doesn't take that more damage when he's staggered. I'll increase that. And Mortus Fortus, you say, okay, yeah, thanks. No worries, Mortus Fortus. You know, you say Discord is mega rate limiting us today. Did something happen, or just because it wanted to? And that one guy, you say, I don't use a code editor for C++. I just use Xcode, macOS Ether. What OOP? Well, that's fine. That's fine. So, are there any like you can put extensions in there, or no? And Nick, you say, did we figure out why it was null at all? Wave 4 and 5 didn't have that. Oh, also before I tried it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think. Oh no, I know why. I know why. It probably will have thrown the same problem in wave 4. It's just when it's 5, there are no null subwaves, and the intended behavior is there to be null subwaves, so you can see if there are no more stop waves, you're gonna drop the half shield. But I wasn't doing it for some reason. So yeah, if it's five, if there are five, that's the limit. So it's gonna occupy all of them, and there won't be any null ones. Let me go in here. Let me find round and round. Yeah, let me find where round is. Yeah, over here. I'm gonna put it back to what it was. So now we can have more than three of those waves. And that one guy you say, I don't use the code editor for like C++. Oh yeah. You say Xcode, macOS editor for Swift and Metal. It supports C++, but no IntelliSense. And you have to run actual terminal commands to run the file, no run button. That sounds awful. Why are you doing that to yourself? I think IntelliSense is very, very, very helpful. But if you're learning out from memory, I think that's fine too. Like, I respect it. I respect it. And Nick, you say, I think he should just be staggered more often, if anything. He's fine right now, I think. I don't like how I need 4 mana spells for 2 health spells. Hmm. So for health regeneration, you don't like that it's too expensive? Like, I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe. On that one guy, I say no macOS removed extension capabilities. Sad, I tried using VS Code, but oh my god, the JSON file setup would not work. Well, there's Visual Studio Community too, and it has IntelliSense, super easy to set up. But if you like your editor, like just don't change it. And need to say need to fight with VS Code every time too. It messes with my flow of cast when in danger. Now I need to be cautious. But isn't that good? That you need to be cautious? We can change it if it's really annoying, but you should be kind of cautious. Like otherwise, the game is super easy. Like you should need to. Yeah, but it's not fun. Not fun. Okay. Uh, we can tweak it so you can. You don't need that much mana then. It's not unfun like it is though. I don't understand now. I'm lost now. And let me just commit this thing. And yeah, what are the changes that we have? So just put that back on update. That line over there that check this out. We need to eliminate before we commit. That. What else? A little bit of comments. Change the position of something. More comments. Comments. Yeah, it's good that I'm commenting stuff, to be honest. Max enemy quota set to. Yeah, I don't know if I'll leave this as it is because it was the minimum enemy quota was set to 12 and 150. I'm going to probably not have that change. I'm gonna discard that change. And that one guy you say, I'm gonna do some chores while watching this. I'm not gonna be typing much. Alrighty. Good luck with the chores, that one guy. And Nick, you say HP spell has a different use case, defense. than all the other spells, but it uses the resources of the offensive spells. Yep. Yeah, reload. It's just like how would you do it then? Would you have because I thought maybe in the full game or like later on we could have potions for health, so you the way you heal is just with potions. But I would need to add so many things apart from that. Like, where are you gonna get the? Can you craft the potions? Can you get them in shops? Shops are still not there, so would I need to make the shops first? Um, are you gonna do some other thing to have potions? Did you say I like actually don't know? Head empty. Yeah, fair. We can think more about it when we have a little bit more progress. For now, what I'll do is I'm gonna slightly um, lower the amount of mana that you need for casting that spell. Let's do over here healing spell. The mana cost is 50, so you can cast it 2 times when you're full. Let's put it to 40. So it's actually just a little bit more permissive. And that one guy you say, can you add potion of the turtle master? Uh Potion of the turtle master. What's that? What's that potion? And I said I was gonna cut back on potions. Like I would like to have them, but it's not like when I did the roadmap. Like I'm in the process of making the roadmap, and I discarded potions just because of scope creep. You know, it introduces so much, so many things, and more balancing and more a lot of stuff. And you say Minecraft potion used for PvP mainly. Yeah, so for now, we are not going to have potions. If we get further in the development and we have time, we can rethink about it. Or like we can think about it again. And Foxytos is over here, says, hi, what's up, Foxytos? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And you say, in 10 minutes, I go on a date. That's awesome. Awesome. I hope you have a lot of fun and it goes great. And Miho will say, I can wait for the input system update. I'm making the spell menu be an alt. Yeah, I want to do that. I still haven't done anything here because I've been thinking about the fixes. Um, okay, commit one file to main. Which do again? I think at this point, if I'm going to do another version, why not check the other uh errors or the other bugs? Let's go in Discord and let's explore what we have, because we have a lot of flavors of bugs over here. Uh, let's see. Let's open this. So performance, things with performance. I okay. There's a video. How long is this video? 6 minutes. I'm not going to watch that live. But why is it running so badly? Who's making this game? Can't believe it. Developers nowadays, they don't care about performance. Flying enemies can attack when repeatedly stunned. Can attack when repeatedly stunned. Uh, is there a way to open this in a different manner? And Foxytos, you say you look like a person that is very cool to chill. Well, thank you, appreciate it. Um, it happens upon death of flying enemies. They can keep attacking. I'm sure you can arc click in the full view. Right click in the full view. Follow post. I may be blind and I don't see that. More follow post, edit post, spin post. Yeah, it's not gonna be there, right? Right click over here. I don't know. I'm not on my phone. You can right click in the full view. Right click. Okay, here. No. What if I double click? Here, follow post. I can make this bigger over here, but it's not the same. Okay, whatever. I'll just have it here, make it a little bit bigger. So that's it. Like during the being hit animation, even they are stunned, they can shoot. Not even talking about the known one when they can attack shortly after death. This works on stun too. When they are stunned, they can attack shortly after too. Let's look into. Did we do the commit? Yes. Let's look into that. We can go into. There are two places where this is being called. And Foxy, you say, how was your day? So far, it's going pretty good. Thanks for asking. How's your day going so far? And that one guy say Roman is very good to chill with when we are locked in the basement eating rocks. And you only say they have shot me after dying many times. And that one guy, or dry bread on a good day. Yeah, I feel generous sometimes, you know? You always say no, chuso. And Nikki say, by the way, if you like put a bug in your Notion or something, you can add the acknowledged tag. How? Like when I add a bug over here, I just mark it as a bug. Like I just oh, you say on Discord. Yeah, let's see. Let's do that's pretty smart. Let's do the one that we have fixed. I think that was the only like very game breaking one. Wizard game 2-1 initial reports, more enemies sometimes spawn. Where is this bug? All spell traits can sometimes originate incorrectly. Oh yeah, I have noticed that. And Foxy Tossy say, yeah, my day was hard. I wrote a final. A final. Well, but did you feel that you were prepared? Did you study enough the days before, or did you prepare well enough for the final? How do you feel about it? Filter trade up top. Um, okay, not that important. I don't like this. Okay, this is the one. Very urgent. So it results in an invisible zone left behind. Can't win the game if a big boy spawns at round 3. I didn't really check. You know what? We should check that. Because I didn't really check if we kill the boss. If we go again to the zone after leaving, will it be... Yeah, let me actually check this real quick. Let's go to the big boy or big guy. Yeah, it's called big guy over here. That's why I mixed it up, but it's actually just big boy, okay? I know the real name. So let's do health. Let's put it to 20 again. And over here on the wave manager, I just want to make the wave manager be have 1 to 2 enemies. because I haven't checked actually if when you beat the boss, if you get outside and go inside, will it be will it get the errors again? On the visual box on the trails, it's just because I don't reset them correctly when I use them again, because they are being reused. Like they basically are um the same over and over again, the same spells. That should be quick. Now, there is a chance. Yeah, since I didn't hard set it or hard code it to be 3, now there could be 3 to 5 stones again. But I'll be quick. I'll be quick. And how I really thought we wouldn't have as many problems, and I think, well, some of these problems were there already, and we just didn't or you just didn't report them before. But I wouldn't have expected to get the urgent ones. And also, we have trails in some of the spells where, like trail shadows in some of them, where we shouldn't have. And okay, so here, I think the limit is over here, roughly. Now, if I get here, the current subwave data is null. Data is null. Okay. Spawn enemies in subwave. Yeah, so the error is being thrown. Mm. Yeah, good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. So I guess today is just gonna be more bug fixing. But hopefully next week, yeah, next week we're gonna start with adding more stuff. Before I fix this, I would like to like put it over here as a task. So when the player enters the last zone on the wave after defeating the wave, it starts with an empty subwave. I'll do fix this type programming bug. I don't think it's gonna be that difficult to solve this. B 2.2.1. That one guy is saying you should just make the players bug fix. Why should you have to do it? I know, right? I should just only be adding new stuff, and you guys should be doing the bug fixing. Yeah, beta 2.2.1 bug fixes. You say I'll probably do that with visual bugs of the if they annoy me hard enough, like that morph thing. You're talking about the shader? About the shader in there? And why is my drawer showing up? Uh, yeah. What would be the option then? Because I could tell Unity to, if it detects that we are on potato graphics, we could change the shader, maybe. Yeah, red eye of doom. Yeah, we could do that. I'm just too lazy to do it. But that's an option. Okay. It starts with an empty subway. The wave. I'm gonna put this in the description. It starts with an empty subway. It throws. Well, it's not really gonna be throwing errors because I'm already handling that. You say, can't you just like disable it for potato on the middle one? But how are you gonna know the borders of the zone? And is it happening on the middle one too? As a band-aid. I mean, I could disable it, but how is the player gonna know where it's at? Just a shader. Make it transparent material or something. I could change the material. It wouldn't be like a band-aid, to be honest. It would be a different shader for lower graphics. Okay, it starts with an empty subway, and let me like actually put what I think it's happening over here, because I think um basically the zone and on enter gets called. And why did you change the? Are you farming coins? Oh, and by the way, talking about coins, let's put some here. And also, I don't know if you noticed or if I told you, but on Notion now, I filtered some of the feedback that is more likely going to be implemented. So yeah, we have the feedback, the normal feedback column, and we have confirmed kinda feedback. So this is feedback that is likely going to make it into the game. So gold, we are gonna have some sort of currency. It may not be like just gold, or it might be gold. Um, for currency trading with shops that we're gonna have in the game. Konami code sequence, we are gonna have one of those or multiple. Locked camera mode. This is not like confirmed, but it's could happen. Mario Odyssey style camera could happen. An enemy called Small Guy. I really like that idea, so I'm keeping it over here. Big Boy and Rage status, difficulty modes, electricity spell, visual improvement. That is gonna happen. To be honest, like that is gonna happen. A summon spell. I want to have that. Katos villain wizard, very likely to happen. Key map binding, that is very likely to happen too. Timothy secret boss, likely. Frog enemy, likely. I wouldn't say like very likely, but it's likely we have a frog enemy. Flying wizard enemy, that is very likely. And common arrow combinations to connect different spells, we could have them. So yeah, I wanted to tell you like that. Those are feedback that it is more likely to get it to make it into the game. Nick to say, no, I'm back at my computer. No gun spill. What a shame. Yeah, it's not likely that we have a gun spill. Yeah, change devices. Then we start fuck with Milo inconvenience. um, but the thing is, why why can't we have a gun? If why can't we have a gun in one of the Konami code sequence? That could be an option. A hidden sequence that you can press that's gonna get you a gun. Okay, so what was I doing over here? I was with this problem. Yeah, it's on enter gets called, and I want to see what gets called over here. Is toasted and roasted over here. Says guess who I am, you guys. Change my username again. Yeah, what was your previous username? I know I recognize you by your profile picture, but I don't remember what your previous user was. Because your profile picture is super recognizable. The SpongeBob made into a toast. Nikki say that could be fun. It needs to be comically large. Yeah, and I would like to make it like a very hard uh to input kind of thing. Say I was Mortus Fortus. Oh, again with the profile picture change. Well, I really like the other one that you had. Well, welcome back to the stream. Weren't you here with the other profile picture? Okay, so um, yeah, let's see. I want to see what am I calling when it's like enter. It's player something. It's in a function, or sorry, a method. Set player in spawn zone. That is it. That is what is being called when it enters or leaves the zone. Um, set player in spawn zone. Let's do. Well, where is it? Set player in spawn zone. Yeah, here. So I'll do player in spawn zone is equal to value and guide particle system set active. If player in spawn zone and subwave started equals false, subwave started equal true. But I could check before I do any of this. I could check if the hub building is let's do if the hub shield script dot let's open this actually. Let's go to definition, go to definition, hub shield, go to definition, and I would need to get um a method that tells me if the box collider is set, basically. Unlock hub. And what else do I have over here? Unlocking the hub is setting the material to float dissolve. See, that's a lot of username changing. And you say, I'm sorry, I'll keep this one forever. I pinky promise. Well, it's okay. Like, you can do whatever you want. But it's going to be hard to keep track of the changes, you know? And Nick, you say, you seem to be having a bit of an identity crisis. So, you know? And So should I call you Mortus Fortus or should I call you East Toasted and Roasted? Say, come on, I'm not having an identity crisis. Trying to figure out my what username to keep, and I'm keeping this one for sure. Yeah, how should I call you? Is toasted and roasted or Mortus Fortus? Um. Okay, box collider. On start, get components and trigger. I want to see where I use this. Let's do have shield script. I have one use over here. Unlock hub is everything for unlocking. Everything is about unlocking. About unlock hub, unlock. But what if I? Oh, when I get out of it, I have it over here. Okay. That one guy you say is romanleco changing to leco roman. Yeah, that's not happening. Like I've had my username for a decade or more. You say call me is toasted and roasted. Okay. And Art is here says everyone calls Nicked Wasney Nicked, but his name is Nick Wasney. Like no one Wasney. Yeah, it's better that way, like a shortening, even though the real name is Nick Wasney. Okay, so here I want to have I want to be able to get it from here. So it's gonna be public. I would need to return a bool, and I'll say is hub locked, and I'll return basically box collider is trigger. Um, because if it is triggered, or sorry, if it's triggered, I can go inside. So that means it's not unlocked. I'm gonna call this is hub unlocked. And I want to use it here. Is hub unlocked. And if this returns, yeah, if this returns true, then I want to return. That should fix it, I think. Let's try it out. And is toasted and roasted, you say you can call me for short toast. Okay. So toast it is. And I just say no, his name is no one. Put some respect in that name. Yeah, but that's isn't that the meaning? It's just the meaning. And that one guy say, should I change my profile picture? Like I like Snoop. Snoop Dogg or Snoopy? Or is Snoop something? Is Snoop something? Well, Snoop Dogg. And Snoop is the Catman. It's the Catman. Oh, okay. Name of your cat. I don't know. I think your profile picture is pretty nice. I wouldn't change it if I were you. Okay, let's try this again, and it shouldn't throw errors now. Even though the error is just an error that I have myself, like it's really not breaking anything. It's just because it's being contained. I think the enemy counting is working very well now, so that makes me happy. Love annoying my friends with that. Nobody ever does that. But you're right, I don't. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, let's see. Yeah, no one important. I know now because you've told me like 3 times now. But I wouldn't have known. Okay. Just one more check just to make sure no more errors here, because if I'm gonna do a patch, it better have all the errors, all the urgent errors. And on next version, we are gonna tackle the ones that are not that important. But I just want to have a quick version out for you to try. Like, you should be able to advance in the game. Okay, now if I enter again, no errors. Awesome. Yeah, nicked errors. And if I enter and go again, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that was a very, very simple fix. Let's do the title and description for this commit. And oh, nicked implies a person. I wish it didn't need to. Okay, noted. Brack would be the correct here. It's very probable that I don't remember that. I'll try though. So there's Brack errors, and well, there's still some, but yeah, let's just not care about those. And you say that one guy, I'm gonna do my polish. I'll be back already. Okay, so this was for fix player entering the zone after wave is defeated. Throw errors. And now it doesn't anymore. Let's do commit 3 files to main. I think that's it, right? Because in the wave manager, what do we have? I think I might have changed the health of this guy. Yeah. Let's put it back to 2200. And over here, let's save this. Let's put it to 12 and 1200 maximum quota. Let's save and let's commit. Switch to origin. And Nick, you say I'm talking to Born, but sure, you do you, Roman. Okay. Let's do over here. Let's pass this to Don. And we are very close to to have completed 100 tasks. We just have to do 2 more tasks, and we are close to 100 tasks in the game. I want to see when was the first task that I ever registered as being done. It was the third person character controller on September 3rd. September 3rd, 2025. So it's been more than 4 months. It's been 5 months, almost six, right? Yeah, but there was a period there where I had a where I basically hadn't had not had not I didn't have a computer, and then I had a very bad computer. And Nick, you say you should just make a new table with like pushed, and you won't ever need to touch it. Pushed. What would that mean? What is the push for? And give me a break. I'll be right back. Just a sec. Okay, I'm back. And you say usually have those in Kanbans like published, so that you can reflect on done without the entire list of 100 things. Um, wouldn't it be like having a secondary done? It would be like having a done, but one for recent things, and for other the other done would be for things that you have done like before. I think I still don't get it if that is not it. Oh, and it's 3 hours and 26 minutes since I started. Let's see, because we were trying to do this first. I want to see what those other errors are, but before I try to tackle any more, I just like to yeah to do the thing that you told me to. It was like saying acknowledge over here, or is there a button, or is there something that I can do with this task? Oh, okay, acknowledge, and it is fixed. I didn't know about tags. Sorry. I feel like a very old guy. Yeah, but it's fixed. It's not only acknowledged, it's fixed. Someone left behind, can't win the game if bugged by okay. Uh when it does open, the invisible zone left behind is also funky. Fixed. Re-entering a living zone makes us take unavoidable out of zone damage. I don't think this is happening anymore. Big boy spawns at round 3. Yeah, that's what we have been fixing. So that is fixed, right? And Nick, you say, basically, I'm saying I do that. Now you know. Yeah, I can add and edit these tags names and all whenever. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Let's see, what are the other ones? Flying enemies can attack when repeated stunned. So I would put them into acknowledged when I add them into Notion. I think that's how you how you expect me to use this. Flying enemies can attack when repeatedly stunned. Visual vlog. All spell trail can sometimes originate incorrectly. Flying enemies don't listen to spawning. And spawn randomly ways out of the zone sometimes. This is probably why the soft locks happens. When they just so happen to run into the hub shield. So I mean, use it however you like. It's there for your utility. Okay. There are not that many bugs. I'm going to why do it on stream? I'm gonna do I'm gonna register them after. So I'll put them into Notion and whatever, and I'll put them as acknowledged. And yeah, that's it. I think for now, because I wouldn't like to start this now. I wouldn't like to start this task now because it's gonna take a lot of time, you know. So I will leave it here. I think I will leave it here for today, and I'll see you the next time. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Really, really appreciate you and all of you guys. So that's it. We're gonna be doing more of the input thing that I talked about at the beginning of the stream. On Monday, I'm going to write the things on Notion. I'm going to start the Steam page. I'm going to help Cheese with the UI thingy on WordSpace. And that's it. So see you next time. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you for joining. Bye bye. Bye Nick. Bye that one guy. Bye Asnok. I don't know if Miho is here, but bye Miho. I don't know if Art is here also, but bye bye Art. And bye bye Smooch. It was a pleasure having you here too. Bye bye.